Perrault came out having shot clear just 16 seconds down on Johannes Tinger's bow.
Ponsaloma, I suggest, aiming off just a fraction. Number 11 is Campbell Wright. We've all got our fingers crossed for him. Does he have the experience? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a big adjustment. Rastoguyev been shooting better than he has done for many, probably better than he's ever shot this year, but he misses number 1. Well, what a race. What a race. Very interesting that so many missing. I think with the changing conditions, now the wind dies, so it's pretty much now as it was when they zeroed. Good opportunity for Hofer to close the gap on the leaders. Johannes Kern of Germany, 3 out of 3, 4 out of 4. Norat has gone clear, and Kern has gone clear. Certainly not as many Germans in the crowd as I was expecting, given that they did so well at the start of the season, Ian.
Yeah, 1 or 2 people suggesting that has been their peak, and I think Velopech will be a little nervous now if the World Championships doesn't go well. At least it's not taking place in Germany this year.
So the first shoot completed, and Christiansen just nipping ahead of Johannes Tinger's boat.
Johannes промах, у Перо 0, у Самуэльсона 0.
Christiansen, Perrault at 20 seconds, and we'll just update you on their times. When they came out of the range here, what was the margin between 2 and 3?
So between 2 and 3 was 16 seconds.
Посмотрим лоу-грейд.
Samuelson 19 in 4th. Now Samuelson has
Два
closed
промаха
that gap,
лоу-грейда было на первой стриме. Откатился на 7-е место.
So Christiansen is moving quickly.
Well, that might explain why Johannes stuck behind for a while. Now he goes ahead. This is exactly the point that he broke away from Leigreid at the top of the long climb, and he gained a good 70-80 meters on Leigreid before that first shoot.
Yeah, so he did this again, didn't he? Just here, he seems to have just tucked in behind, give himself a little bit of a rest, and chances are he'll try and break away again. And I think Christiansen would be wise to let him go if indeed that's what Johannes tries to do.
Чемпионат мира. Мужчины, ПАСЬЮТ. Гонка преследования. Надеюсь, не лагает. Трансляция вроде не лагает. Пока что. Лучше ничего трогать не будем.
Novo Mesto. We're still in the very early stages of the men's pursuit. 1 shoot completed. Just as the first lap, we have 2 leaders, but Christiansen has come in instead of Leigreid, who made mistakes. Leigreid's position, he's 37 seconds off, so he's not out of it, Ian, but missing 2 on the first shoot has done him no favors whatsoever. What have we got? Maybe half the field or less than half going clear on shoot 1.
We have, but we still, unlike the women's race this morning, we still have 7 people within 37 seconds of the leader. So we thought earlier that the winner could come from anywhere in the top 10 easily, and much harder to predict even just the nation that might win today in the men's race compared to the women's race a couple of hours ago.
Stromsheim, one of the big gainers, he's gone from 20 up to 15. Ponsaloma just from 10 to 9. Going the other way, Jacquelin from 9th down to 12th, having missed 3 on that first shoot. And yeah, he's now under pressure, but we still have 5 Norwegians in the top 7 positions, and Eric Perrault and Samuelson from France and Sweden, the only 2 non-Norwegians in that leading 7. Where has he got to? Last time we saw him, he started 8th, he's still in 8th. Still a minute off the leaders.
Ребят, напишите, как трансляция, не лагает. Все хорошо.
Still a buzz. Interesting, isn't it, Ian? Because over Hoff and Ruhpolding certainly, it's quiet until the shooting starts and then the roars start. Here, they're just a constant buzz. And only when the Czech athlete's coming in do you get some sort of response to the targets. But I think it might be different here.
Well, it'll be interesting. They're certainly going to be big fans of Bo because he's so well known. He is a real superstar, and biathlon is a big, big sport in Novo Mesto. So we might hear some cheers for him. I don't know if that would be fair, though. It certainly will affect both of them if the crowd spark up as the shots start to get released.
Which of the Norwegians would Johannes Tingesbo least like to be up against? Possibly his brother, but his brother trailing at the moment by 24 seconds. Another miss from Johannes Tingesbo and Christiansen. Still clean, 9 out of 9. Surely this is going down. It does. And a 2-loop penalty for Bo, an extra 300 meters. He will not be in the lead coming into the third shoot, the first in the stand position. Christiansen, who got his first ever individual medal at a major championships yesterday, could be on the verge. It's early days to say it, but is he going to get the gold? Samuelsson needs these. He needs these. He can't afford mistakes. Still clear, the 35-year-old. He is going to go out ahead of his brother. That will put a smile on his face. Dali Shevdal goes 5 with 5. And Perrault's challenge, is that his challenge gone in? 2 more mistakes.
Yep, that's Perrault now dropped. It's going to be unlikely for him to be able to recover after, what is it going to be, a good 45 seconds around this penalty loop. Not when you consider that you've got Tarja Bo Samuelsson and Dali Shevdal, and shortly Johannes Tingesbo joining that train. 41 seconds. 41 seconds. Remember, he came into the range in first position, so he's lost roughly 45 seconds on that shoot alone. And Johannes Tingesbo has got a lot of chasing to do. Lagergren is with him again at 53. And so it really is like the Norwegian Championship with Samuelsson thrown in as well. Kern and Norath shot well on the first prone. The wind is just a little bit less than it was that time. Isn't it good, Ian, just to have a variety of the wind, because it's the real test of a biathlete. That's right. You're seeing. I mean, it was good to see Campbell Wright come in, see the wind flags, consider what did he have to do. So much harder to do that the less experience you have.
Lukas Hofer. Nice shoot, 5 go down, just as they did first time round. So he started 18. Hofer is going up into the top 10. Campbell Wright comes out with just 1 penalty to pay. Still a good performance. A top 10 would be fantastic for Campbell Wright, no doubt about that.
Benny Dahl clears 5. Stromzijn just left the range, going out now. He cleared 5, so slowly moving his way back up to the rest of his teammates.
Can you believe that Christiansen was dropped by the Norwegian team after Christmas? I think it was a very positive move
Всем привет, кто зашел. У нас ПАСЬЮТ, чемпионат мира. Мужчины бегут.
And ever since then, he has been on a different level.
Yes, and we forget, don't we? I think that
После второй стрельбы лидирует норвежец.
One of the benefits of that is you get used to the kind of pressure that he's going to feel today. He's been there many times. I think he enjoys it. I think he relishes it.
41 seconds to play with over Johannes Tingesbo. He's got a 28-second lead over Tarja Bo, who is skiing with Seb Samuelsson. I think Samuelsson will probably go ahead of the Norwegian. Dali Shevdal was at 30, so the next split is going to be interesting, just to see if they can close down on the leaders.
Может, у вас есть свои любимчики?
Has caught them, has managed to attach himself virtually to the back. Just see a little bit of one of the indications that the snow conditions here, crusty surface, and you lose your tip if they're very small, light ones, and some of them have switched to bigger baskets so that they don't have that problem. Yeah, Johannes Tingesbo struggling, I think, a little there.
Yeah, I thought he might have planted it in one of those holes that Mickey Rush showed us just where the water is draining away from the surface. Oh, two athletes going down. Now that's
was
always difficult. Yeah, Jacquelin getting tied up.
What's he saying? What the heck?
Yeah, the man coming onto the loop gives way.
Jacquelin
It's always
врезался.
asking for a little bit of trouble, but it's so rare that we see a collision.
Well, it is. Unfortunately, entrance to that penalty loop is quite close to the banners that conclude the range, so it is difficult to spot.
Yeah, I was going to say it's partially blind. It's a tricky one, and that maybe needs some redesigning, but it's not affected the outcome of the race. Jacquelin is down in 19th position, and I think it was Jesper Nellin who he collided with is some way off. So Christensen looking very comfortable. He's got a big climb. This is where he just wants to ease things down, soak in the atmosphere, and then switch into shooting mode and ignore the fact that he is 10 shots away from a world title. 4 relay gold to his name, so he's got a few medals hanging at home, but I think one individual one would mean more than the rest put together.
For sure, he wants this so much. A couple of times he's commented in interviews this year that he really believes in himself and thinks that this is the year he can do some special things.
And should Christensen slip up, should he miss one target,
Ребят, поставьте лайки трансляции, пожалуйста. Если вам нравится биатлон, если вы любите
certainly, I think there may be some concern about the speed that Christensen has put in on this lap, Ian. Yes, he wants to maintain that lead, but he's still got 2 laps to go after this. Another 5 kilometers to ski. Can he really keep the likes of Dali Shevdal and Samuelson and Johannes Tingesbo, the 3 of the fastest men on the tour? Can he keep them at bay for that long?
It's just one penalty loop, isn't it? That's the difference between the leader and the next 4 athletes. And 3 or 4 seconds quicker Christensen has skied over this loop. That might just show in this next shoot.
Yeah, Ligride has gone from 12 seconds behind Johannes Tingesbo to 30 seconds behind. That is the sort of speed that Johannes put on. Now, Christensen, Mr. Reliable over the years, slightly shaky start to the season. What are we going to see now? One miss, and the nerves will get jangling. It was low, but it was good. Again, the same sort of spot. All of them, this is the best standing group we've seen. There's the miss. There's the opportunity for the chasers. And he's got a 25-second penalty. He had 32 seconds in hand, so Christensen should still have the lead. But surely someone in that chase group is going to go clear.
Well, you would think so. There was just that telltale little tremor in the bungee cord on his harness that suggested he wasn't comfortable.
Talia Bo, Samuelson, Dali Shevdal with a miss. Johannes Tinges is clear. He's usually pretty quick when the first one has gone down, but he's taking his time, an indication that he is very tired indeed. Talia Bo, 3 out of 3, stuck on 4, but eventually gets it down. The 2 Burr brothers get their 5th target down at exactly the same time. Perfect synchronization, and they will come out together, and they will continue the chase of Christensen. So 3 Norwegians, 1, 2 and 3. Ligride with an opportunity to make up a couple of places, but he needs 5. That's a nice shoot here. That's a really nice shoot.
Hard to express how much pressure he would have been feeling there, but that is just brilliant. This is where he realizes where he is in the race. Moved back up to 4th, near the medals.
Ты на телефоне,
one mistake
всегда на телефоне смотришь на
and
шестеренку.
the odds are on that someone will do it. Perot, it's been a brilliant week for Perot so far. Fantastic result in the sprint, a medal in the mixed relay, but 4 misses on the first of the stands, and he's got an extra 600 meters to do. He will drop tens of places down the order. Hoffer, been a great night for Hoffer so far.
Yeah, he's having a little bit of a resurgence in his later career, isn't he?
Yeah, 18-9 for Hoffer. Phil Maillet, who one Mr. Mike Dixon thought might win tonight, has blown it. Another 2 misses and 300 meters to do. Hoffer, on the other hand, has yet to miss a target. Yes, excellent. 15 out of 15. 1 shoot to go for him.
Ну, блин, я не знаю почему.
Benny Doll, only 1 miss prior to this shoot, so he's doubled his penalties in this first stand. Now he's tripled it. Fabian Claude, 5 out of 5, good shooting. He'll gain a few places. Top 8 are out. Hoffer is in 8th position, so over 10 places gained. This is where Christiansen, this is Dali Shevdal actually. And Shevdal in 6th place, 1:16 behind. No, it wasn't, it was Tadia Bo. They all looked the same.
I thought it was Dali Shevdal as well, but that was a very focused elder Bo brother. Now looking ahead to see what he has to do.
Here is our race leader, Christiansen of Norway. He's looking a bit tentative on that left-hander. I think the legs are starting to get shaky. Certainly there's concern about the speed that he put in on that 3rd lap. We will see. Has he got it? Now,
Также ставьте лайк и подписывайтесь на канал, кто не
This is a
подписан.
situation he's been in many times in relays with a slim lead over the chasers, and he can silence them all with his shooting. But the pressure is coming, and Tadia Bo, has he ever skied this fast? I'm not sure he was even this quick in 2011 when he won the overall World Cup.
Stunning, isn't it? There was talk a year ago of him maybe dropping out of the national squad, and he is absolutely one of the best, the most consistent. You mentioned Christiansen coping with the pressure in the mass start, the last leg, sorry, of the relay. Of course, then he's not competing against his own nation.
So 1 and 3 in the World Cup standings are chasing number 4. It is a high-quality leadership we've got here in the men's pursuit. The best of the rest is Samuelsson of Sweden, having a good day out there today, Samuelsson. He's so far hit 13 out of 15. If he can hit 5 out of 5 on the stand, there is an opportunity. Christiansen can't afford a single miss. If you were in Christiansen's shoes, Ian, what sort of pace would you set into the range? Would you say, okay, I've got 17 seconds, I'll use it on the approach, or would you try and extend that?
Well, I don't think you can afford to try and extend it, not against these two, and in some ways, you might even want to consider do the opposite. And really take it easy coming into the race, save himself. He's got a very tough last leg, one way or another. The last leg of this loop is going to be very hard for him, whether he hits all the targets or not. So it wouldn't be a bad idea to try and give himself a much better chance of hitting 5 with 5.
16.5 seconds. When they came out, that was coming out of the range at the last split point. Well, we're going to get a readout now at 9.6. The range is at 10 kilometers, so they're 400 meters from the final shoot of this World Championship pursuit. It's down to 8.3. They've halved the differential since the range, and Christiansen will know that the two chasers have worked exceptionally hard. He will think that is his chance, because one mistake and they will not close a 25-second gap on the last 2.5K.
Yes, it's hard to tell, isn't it? Have they caught up those 8 seconds, or has Christiansen been tactical here and just allowed them to catch him, given himself a bit of a breather? This is going to be tough. I think we felt it for him the last time he was in the range. He was struggling a little to hold the rifle steady.
And if they all shoot the same, where's your money?
Well, if they all shoot the same and miss one, then this guy might just catch them up lightly. He's not that far behind, and we know that he can drag something extra out of himself on the last loop, as he did yesterday.
I guess the rest of the world are cheering for Samuelsson, but Samuelsson is a minute adrift of the race leader, and he needs them all to miss 3, not 1, not 2, but 3 if he's going to have a chance of winning this today. I think a Norwegian winner is inevitable. I think a clean sweep is looking pretty good for the second day in succession for the Norwegian men, but which one is going to be lifting the gold medal this evening?
The rain in your eyes, Patrick. It's not, we can't really see it on the TV, but the rain is coming down pretty hard into his face right now.
Заключительная стрельба.
Christiansen settles. He's already missed 1 in the stand today. Johannes Tingis, perhaps the quickest once the first one has gone.
Промах.
How many red flashes?
Промах.
Christiansen's gold, I feel, has
Второй
gone.
был промах.
Talia Bow with a miss. And a second. Johannes Tingis.
Йоханнес,
He's going to be
последний
coming out in the
выстрел,
lead.
чисто.
And he's going to take the title. The man who just missed out on gold yesterday has done what he's done so many times
Парень
before.
бьет 4
Last
промаха.
year, he won both the sprint and the pursuit. This year, it's a silver in the sprint and a gold in the pursuit. Will Lygride, who started first tonight, take his opportunity? 5 out of 5 and a silver
Есть
medal to
шанс
add to the
занять
gold.
третье место. И сейчас отстреляет.
Lots of movement. Brilliant reflexes. Perfect result.
Да, чисто,
Well done,
молодец.
Lygride. That is
Даже
fantastic.
за второй
And
может
he
побороться.
will now join. Is he going to join Christiansen? Has he done two? He has. They come out together. We've got a ski race on our hands for the silver medal. And well, very difficult, but Lygride's been chasing Ian, and Christiansen has been trying to hold off the Burr brothers. Both of them are going to be on their last legs.
Well, I think the poor shooting from Christiansen
Дали
suggests
чисто.
that, as we see Charlotte Dali-Chevdal, well, is he going to be in the running? We know he can put on a very good, fast finish, but boy, he's going to be about 30 seconds behind Ponsaloma.
Ponsaloma,
what a shame.
To be the best Swede and to challenge the Norwegians a fraction. It's not just going to be a Norwegian win, it's a 1, 2, 3, 4. They've done what the French women did on their sprint event 3 days ago. Lukas Hofer now.
Лукас Хофер.
This is a fantastic race from Hofer. And looking forward to seeing, I'm assuming we're going to see him in the single mixed relay. He might get a place instead of Jacquemelle.
Чисто.
Wow, how about that? How about that? 20 out of 20, and he started number 18. He could well finish in the top 6 today. This is for the win, and the crowd rising to perhaps the best biathlete ever. It's an argument that will run and run and run. Was it Oleana Bjorndalen? Was it Martin Fourcade? Raphael Poré, I guess, had a small claim. But Johannes Tingis Boe, time and time again, comes back and surprises us just when you think he's down. And isn't that the sign? Oleana Bjorndalen used to do it. He'd lose one, and you almost guaranteed he'd come back and win the next one.
Yeah, some talent there.
Now, this is where the interest is. One climb, and then 150 metres into the finish. It's Lygride who has the lead. Christiansen tucking in behind him. Christiansen is a strong man, and I think he might have the better of the sprints, but he's got to be in touch, going over the top of the hill, and it looks as though a sort of painful 3 metres between them.
Yeah, a little gap appearing, and Lygride is definitely counting on that. He showed his cards early and moved ahead, and he was hoping he could create a gap. If he doesn't manage to do that, then it starts to move back in Christiansen's favour, who, to me, is still looking reasonably good. Dali-Chevdal has, what is it, 25 seconds to make up. That's a big ask. Someone could possibly ski that fast. He's one of 1 or 2 on the circuit who maybe could.
Johannes Tingis shouldn't really have to shout at this level. The course jury should have pulled out the athletes just so there's no interference with the race leader, and Johannes Tingis Boe just checks over his shoulder, and he will see that he's got a decent margin over the rest of the field. I'm sure he was given the exact splits as he came out. As he left the range, he had 35 seconds to play with, and Christiansen is now struggling. Ian Lygride is just extending that lead bit by bit. And Lygride, I think, will be furious. What did he only missed 2. He only missed 2. And Johannes Tingis Boe has done an extra penalty loop to see 37 seconds between them. Slightly surprising.
Yeah, but the 2 came early, didn't they? And that will have really knocked the stuffing out of Lygride.
В чате задонатить.
Поддержать канал. Кто хочет. I was going to say the only one in the top 10, but as I say it, Claude moves into the top 10, and he has shot 20 out of 20. He's gone from 26 to 10th position. That's brilliant, and even better gains than we saw from Hofer, who's gone 18 to 8.
Maye, Patrick, six penalties. He's still in top 11th, but
yeah, and he might get pipped by Campbell Wright. That would be a huge scalp for Campbell Wright to take. The American lying in 12th place at the moment, having started 11th. He's not going to get his PB, I don't think, which is 11 from yesterday's race. So now Johannes Tingesbo can start to relax. The job is done. 12.1 kilometers completed. It's a 12.5K race. Are we going to see him shake the hands of all the Norwegian coaches? It's not really his style, is it?
Well, he's had plenty of chances to do it over the years, hasn't he? But I think, someone like Johannes Tingesbo, this matters so much because at the altitude, if you like, that he's at in his career now, it is harder and harder to get the wins. The middle of his career, when he was in his 30s and 40 wins season, they seem to come thick and fast and much easier. Now he knows, he realizes how much it takes for him to be world champion.
Well, we saw those shots in Oberhof 12 months ago. He retains his title. The defending champion has defended his title, and he's done it in style here tonight. He missed 3 targets, but he hit the 5 on that last shoot when it really mattered, and he pumps the crowd up. Nice to see. He has an unbelievable record, 3 junior golds. He's now got 18 World Championship golds, and unbelievable, that's from 8 World Championships. Lightbright takes silver to add to the gold that he got in the sprint event 24 hours ago. And Christiansen, who didn't have an individual medal before last night, now has 2 in his pocket. He gets another bronze. Dolly Shevdal, 17 hits out of 20. He knows that 1 less miss would have resulted in a medal. Yeah, he looks really disappointed in, and sure he should be, because his form has been incredible, and you know, he is the only man that can outski Johannes Tingesbo.
Yeah, I had high hopes for him today, and as we see his brother, I see Johannes' brother cross the line. The fact that he is still here, the fact that 5-6 minutes ago he was still a potential winner.
Yeah, 2 penalty loops on that last shoot for Tingesbo. That put pay to his chances, and he still managed to hold on to 5th place. So the Norwegians outdo the French from the women's sprint, where France got 1, 2, 3 and 4. The Norwegians go 1 through to 5, 1:20 separating them. Samuelsson and Ponsaloma, the 2 Swedes, in 6 and 7. Stromsheim 8, just to complete the Norwegian domination. And Lukas Hoffer, great gains, great race, as with Fabien Claude, who gained some 16 places today. Well, there's no doubt that the French looked happier with their clean sweep.
Yeah, well, we're seeing a French national anthem followed by a Norwegian national anthem, and they're all hogging that podium and singing.
Great race from Campbell Wright. That's the smile of a winner, and bit by bit he is clawing his way to the top of the world level. 2:21 behind, but he's hit 18 out of 20. His shooting massively improved this year. Jacques Alain, who I think missed 3 of those 6 on the very first shoot, ends up in 13th place. You never quite know what you're going to get, and he was a contender for the win yesterday.
Yeah, but we're just not seeing it these days, are we? And here's another pretty sad Frenchman as he comes in and crosses the line.
Perot with 6 misses in all. So 900 extra meters skied. You do not want that at this stage of the championships. Johannes Kern is the best of the Germans. Where has that form from Oberhof gone? Benny Doll, 16th place. They're much, much better than that. The Germans all sticking together. 15, 16, 17. Krishmarsh of the Czech Republic in 18, the best of the home nation. And Rastoguyev tonight let himself down with the rifle.
Все, ребят, подписывайтесь на канал, ставьте лайки, ждите нового видео.